Good morning, resetters. Happy Monday. I'm trying to block the two lights behind me. I got this really cool camera stand, and because I've got a little, what are those things called? Pop socket on the back of my phone, I can't figure out how to make it work, but I will work on that because I want to be able to use that. Anyway, I hope y'all had a great weekend and are excited about contest number 2. First of all, you blew it away last week. That was insane. The amount of engagement about the water bottle. Y'all know the importance of water. We won't go into that here. Hey, Tina. But the pictures were the bomb. I just was laughing out loud. I'm sure my family was like, what is she doing? But they always say that you become like the 5 people you surround yourself with most. And I am thrilled to be surrounded by y'all because you're exciting and fun and silly and creative and all that good stuff. So if you didn't participate in contest number 1, hey, Carrie, go back and participate in contest number 1. There's not a timeline. Well, I guess when we end the contest, it'll be over. But make sure you log your points into the Google spreadsheet. And if you don't know how to do that, message me offline. But it's time for contest number 2. It's a new week, new motivation. We are going strong. But speaking about motivation, that's what I want to talk about today, because finding your why is something we often overlook, but that motivation wanes, right? So I'm sure there have been times in your life where you had a very difficult decision to make or some change that you wanted to press into, and it was hard. It was a hard time to, maybe it was saving for a new home, but making those decisions and sticking with it. It's exciting when you say yes, right? It's exciting when you start, all the bells and whistles, the newness of everything, and then it starts to wear off. So how do we keep that motivation going? And motivation is such a tricky thing. It's kind of like when you go to the gym and you've been working out, or you've been working out at home, and it seems like a great idea and it's everything you need to do, and you'll do anything to get the result. Like those words come out of your mouth and you try a new program and then the muscles get sore and you wake up late, and you just like all these excuses start to flood in. And what wins out? Oftentimes we kind of abandon ship and walk away. So today we want to talk about how we prevent that with 2B mindset and what that looks like for you. So I think the biggest reason is we forget why we started in the first place. Why did we start down this path? Why did you say yes to your coach about the 2B mindset? And I think ultimately we give up on that decision, whether it's something like a new nutrition program, a fitness program, a goal to read 50 books in a year, because that end result is not as satisfying as what we feel in the moment, okay? We haven't painted that vision kind of deep enough to keep us going through this. We are more focused on the what than the why. And I'll tell you from personal experience, I started my fitness journey chasing a what. I was in this place where my little guy was 4 and I still hadn't lost the baby weight. Y'all know what I'm saying? And so I was chasing the what. And the what for me was a pant size or a scale size or that kind of thing. And it worked for a little while. But then when the going really got tough and I had to dig a little bit deeper to keep going, I had to find the why, not the what. Because I want to challenge you to think about this. And I said this to a friend recently. What if the weight never comes off? Then what? Does that make you any less of a woman, less of a friend, less of a, fill in the blank? We have to think about if we are chasing a shape, a body size, a physique type, what if our body never morphs into that? But what if we're left feeling tons of energy and lots of vitality, and we have great immunity and we're not sick and we're able to pour out into others? Is that a good thing? And I would beg to say, yes, that's a great thing. But I want you to think about your journey here and where you're headed on this journey. What things you have in mind, what big dreams that you're envisioning. And I want you to start thinking about the why. And before you get all tripped up, because sometimes that gets to be a weird process, I want you to think about something that's not related to weight loss, fitness, health, and we can kind of talk it through on that. Because we start to think about these big goals, right? Things that you want to, I think about stuff that I wanted to accomplish in my house this year, like big goals, and I get derailed, right? Because it's no longer simple. It's no longer fun. It's not glamorous. It's a lot of hard work. And then I just abandoned ship. But let's think about something that you don't abandon ship on. If you're a mom, and if you're not, think about something in your life where it's, having kids for me is not easy. It's not simple. Oftentimes it's not fun. But I want you to think about what you get out of that. Why do we do it? Why do we have children? Why do we, and you could frame this however you want, why do we pursue big dreams? Because it gives us joy. It gives me purpose. It enriches my life. It stretches me. It gives me a better quality of life. There is a bond and a legacy that's created. So when I think of those things about raising kids and the people they are becoming, that why becomes greater than any exchange in the moment, right? Like when my preteen and I get into it, like that's not the big picture. The big picture is why I love being a mom, why it's so amazing to have kids. That keeps me going, okay? So when we started this Reset Your Mindset group in prep week, it might have been the very first video. If you somehow missed that or you joined the group after prep week, or maybe you didn't find the units, don't fret. I'll attach that link below. But you had a homework assignment, and that homework assignment was to take a piece of paper and to fold it in half. And on that piece of paper, on one side, you are to write, and if you've not done it, do it, before I started the to-be journey, and then list everything that you were feeling. Uncomfortable in your own skin, lethargic, ruled by your hormones, always craving something, snacky, not knowing what to eat, feeling confused, whatever it is for you. And if you did do that assignment, I want you to start filling in where you are now, what you're feeling in this to-be journey now, okay? So that's the original assignment, where you were before you started. And if this is day one for you, do it now. What you were feeling before you said yes to your coach. And then we're going to be working on where we're going with this. But here's how you find your why, okay? This is a fun process because it really breaks it down into something super easy. And you don't need a tool. You don't have to print anything out. Y'all know I like homework that's easy. So pick up an index card, okay? It's going to look like this. And if you don't have an index card, you can still do this. Pick out a sticky note. And this is probably backwards, but why to be is important to me. And I want you to put 4 lines. You can put lines, dots, numbers, whatever. You can do this while we're sitting here. And I'm going to walk you through an example that's not fitness related, but it's going to get you thinking about how this works. And then we can talk more about that, okay? So this example is about, I was listening to something and she was walking this couple about buying their first house and why they wanted to buy their first house. And this was awesome. And the parallels between everything in life and like fitness and health, they're always there. So this process is going to work for your why, okay? So listen to this. So it was kind of like a Dave Ramsey budgeting kind of program. And she said, so why are you doing this program? And they said, so we can save up money and buy a house. So why are we doing this budgeting program? Why am I doing 2B? The first thing they wrote down was so I could save up money and buy a house. Okay, that was their initial reason why. Do you think that would propel them to make a lot of sacrifices when the going got tough? Probably not, right? That's not deep enough. So we're going to go 3 degrees deep, okay? So the number 1 was just the first degree, all right? So number 2 is this. So why do you want to save up for a down payment on a house, okay? So that's deeper already. And their response was, we've never been homeowners before, so we feel it's time. Okay, that's a logical response. Still not super deep, but that's 1 more degree down, okay? 1 degree deep. You've taken the original and you've gone 1 degree deep. So why, ask the question again, it's always why? Why do you want to be homeowners? And the response was, it's a better financial decision and a better investment than renting, okay? They're getting somewhere. So there's a little bit more meat to it. It's not just, I want to buy a house because I think it's time. It's a better financial decision. So that's already kind of thinking long-term, okay? And then the number 4, you have to ask the question 1 more time. So 1, 2, 3 degrees deep on this. And why do you want to make this important financial decision? And their response was, We want to make this investment because of the memories that we can have in a house. We want to create a slice of heaven. We want a respite for our family, a safe space for our kids, and a place to grow old together. We want it to be ours. And we want to be grounded and set long-term roots for our kids and maybe see our future here. Bingo. That's it. That's that vision, that picture, those characteristics, those qualities of why the question for this couple was, why are you doing this program, right? And they got to the heart of that vision of why they want to own a home, why it's worth it to say no to the drive-through, to save that $5, to cancel their newspaper subscription, to cook at home when they don't feel like it, to take care of their car so they don't have to invest in a new one, so that all that money is collected, so that they can make that down payment on a home because of all of that. That's the meat, right? It's not just about investing in a home. It's about that process and why you stick with it. So, why is to be important to you? Because I think it's dangerous, right? We talked a lot in the beginning about going on an island, right? You get excited before you start, and then it gets a little tougher. And the natural tendency for a lot of us, me included, when things get hard, I retreat. I go in my room. I want to read a book. I want to do something easy. I don't want to lean in. I don't want to meal prep. I don't want to, I feel like a toddler, right? Throwing a fit. But when you think about where you're going in this journey, and for me, I'm going to do this exercise too. So I'm not off the hook. But for me, I just started thinking about it before I hopped on here. What is it for me? For me, it's more of that vitality. It's living disease-free. It's not being in chronic pain. It's about seeing my kids graduate from high school, college. I know that sounds weird, but disease runs in my family too. So I want to do everything I can to live fully while my feet are still on this planet. All right. That's contest number 2. Y'all, I'm not trying to bring the heavy. We'll go back and do some fun stuff too, but here's how you get points for this contest. Are you ready? You get 1 point if you do the assignment. And all you have to do, if you do the assignment, we trust you. We are working on integrity every day that we show up in this group. We are building that sense of integrity within ourselves. We're showing up. We're doing the work. So you get a point for doing it, and you can log that on your spreadsheet, okay? And all you have to do is comment below. I did it, all right? Now, you want to elevate your game? You feel like you're doing a good job? Let's elevate. How can we make things stronger, bigger, better? And the way you do that is you snap a picture of yourself when you finished it. Selfie. And you post that down below. Okay, that's vulnerable. That's sharing. And I guarantee you, when you share, you give other people permission to do the same. So let's do that because we're a sisterhood in here. And then number 3, you can earn up to 3 points on this contest, which is the bomb. All right. This one's hard, but you can do hard things. And this one is this. I want you to make a little video of why this is important to you. And I want you to illustrate how you go through the steps. So you would just basically read your card. You'd say, hi, I'm Stephanie. This is why I'm doing the 2B mindset. And you could say how you walked through it. Doesn't have to be super long. You don't have to get fancy. No makeup required. And then you post that link below. I can tell you this. The people who responded in that first assignment we ever did in the group, and subsequently, if you're working through the units, you're doing the same thing. If you have posted a video in this group and you've gotten vulnerable, you have started to see progress. You have started to see change. And that's how we get unstuck together, okay? So we're in it together. Y'all, finding your why is so important. I cannot wait to see what you come up with of why 2B mindset is important to you, because then when you solidify that, you are unstoppable. Have a great Monday. I'm going to post that other link below. Amen. That's right. I'll talk to y'all soon.